Welcome back to the Sports News Analysis YouTube channel. My name is Mike. I'm continuing my 2014 NFL Draft Team Needs Analysis, and this video is for the New York Jets, who finished with a record of 8-8, a surprise to a lot of people, and I think even more of a surprise as you take a look at this roster and truly realize the amount of needs this team still has, a large number considering they did go 8-8 and finish 500, and you have to start on the offensive side of the ball. And if they're going to bring along Geno Smith and make him try to make him the cornerstone of their franchise, they have to at least give him, a fighting shot. And what I mean by that is surround him with some sort of talented players. At the wide receiver position, they simply don't have any. Santonio Holmes is presumably going to be cut, and he's just nothing but a problem anyway. So I don't think anyone's going to be sad to see him go. You have guys like Jeremy Curley, who I think might be the one keeper out of all these guys. I think on a good team, Jeremy Curley can be a number 3 receiver. I'd keep him around. Stephen Hill hasn't really developed whatsoever since they drafted him out of Georgia Tech. You'd think they'd give him at least another year, but they still need playmakers, guys who they can put the ball in their hands in space and they can make plays. They literally don't have any guys like that, maybe outside of Curley when he's healthy, who has had injury problems as well. Wide receiver, the biggest need for the Jets. Also, the tight end position. Jeff Cumberland showed flashes. He's a free agent. I don't expect them to re-sign him. They have guys like, Kellen Winslow in the fold, Conrad Ruland. I mean, these aren't guys that are going to progress, the talent or bring out the talent in your young quarterback. They also need a more of a pass-catching tight end option, in my opinion, as well. And I think the best place for them to get one would be through the draft. I think, these tight end classes tend to be deep. You can tend to find a diamond in the rough. And for the Jets that are tending to look like they're bargain shoppers here, I think a tight end position is one they should explore in the draft as well. And then on that offensive line, they need another guard. Brian Winters had a tough year, but he was a rookie. I think they'll give him another shot. But Willie Colon, I don't expect to, be brought back. I don't expect him to be a long-term solution there at the other guard position. So I would expect, a draft pick at some point, maybe in the middle rounds, like where they got Winters, to be spent at that offensive guard spot. And let's not forget, Austin Howard, the right tackle, is also a free agent. So if they plan on retaining him, which I go either way on, I don't think he's great, but I think he's adequate if they can get him for the right amount of money. But other than that, maybe you see right tackle as a spot they go as well. And I think you're starting to see what I'm hitting on is that there's all facets of this offense outside of maybe the running back spot, the left tackle spot, and the center spot where they could really upgrade. And I think they need to do that to give Geno Smith a fair chance at, and seeing what he has. I don't know how you could tell how good Geno Smith is coming off this year when he basically had no one to throw the ball to, no one reliable that was on the field consistently making plays for him. On the defensive side of the ball, but this is a defense that statistically was very good, but there are some categories they lacked in. And one of those most notably was forcing turnovers and intercepting the football. And if you watch this team week in and week out, you saw cornerbacks and defensive backs in general, corners and safeties, that were very susceptible to getting beat deep and just very susceptible to getting beat in general. And that's not something we've grown to know about the Jets under Rex. Normally, the back end was solid and the front seven needed some work. Now it's the complete opposite. They need an upgrade, I think, at the safety position as well as corner. Rex loves corners, loves defensive backs. Well, I think he needs to go back to the drawing board and get some guys to replenish the depth on this roster at those positions. Milliner played good the last 2 or 3 games. Maybe he builds on that. But, Cromartie will probably be back. But other than that, I think really they can just use a massive overhaul of the cover guys they have in that secondary. But look, needs for the Jets, all the ones on offense that I went over, and also everything from wide receiver to offensive guard to tight end, and then also on the defensive side of the ball, some cover guys, sort of to replenish the cupboard and get some more talented guys in there, some young legs. Guys, let me know what you think. Hit me up in the YouTube comments. Hit me up on Twitter as well. I do all these videos for all 32 NFL teams, so be sure to check those out. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. I cover the NFL wall to wall here on YouTube, so be sure to subscribe. Thanks for listening. Have a great night.